Hi there, my name is Cecilia Shamim Saidi and I'm a psychotherapist. I bring to you mental and emotional health information through the short videos. And in the last one, I was talking about a very powerful mind power technique, affirmations. So you can check out the video on the page. In this session, I want to explain to you the human mind. So basically, the mind is divided into two. The subconscious mind, which is largely almost what the brain is, about 90 to 95%, and the conscious mind. So, in simple terms, the conscious, where you and I are operating from currently, I would consider that as a gardener. So, as a gardener, if you want to plant, definitely you need seeds. So, the seeds are the thoughts that we have. So, if I take tomato seeds, that's a conscious mind, using the thoughts as the seeds, and I deposit that in the subconscious mind, which now I would call that as the soil. Definitely what will come out are tomato seedlings. So the saying that goes, you're going to reap what you sow, which we most of the time use it negatively when you're talking about people that have done something wrong or anticipating something wrong to happen. It can also be used in the positive, in a way that whatever we're going to sow in the subconscious mind is exactly what's going to come out. So what happens is anything that happens in the subconscious mind is being deposited in the subconscious mind. So you can just imagine that if there's so much negativity, a lot of negative thoughts, if a person doesn't reframing is a process where a person deliberately removes the negative thoughts and replaces those with positive ones. That's not going to yield to anything desirable. Within the mind is a system called the reticular activating system. So this is abbreviated as RAS. So in simple terms, this is a filtration system. We've heard and we know that our brains are very complex, just like a computer, and we process information, complex information, several information coming from different directions at one go or in the same space of period. But if we want to utilize what our brains are made up of and how we can easily and effectively become productive, this system, the reticular activating system, is there to support this function. So what happens is that, for example, the time that you wanted to buy a car and you went on a car website, the moment that you made a decision, you set out for a particular type of car or a make, the same day or the next day or following days, you begin to see the same car, might be different colors, but you see the same make over and over as you're driving through the roads. So the question now becomes, has all of a sudden everybody decided to buy the same car as me? So what actually happens is before you made that decision, the conscious decision to settle for example, a Toyota RAV4, your mind was processing a lot of cars and you weren't paying attention to anyone in particular. But the moment that you regarded a Toyota RAV4 as your decision, as your decision of a car will make that you want to settle for, now the reticular activating system recognizes that you as an individual prioritizes a Toyota RAV4 as the car that you want to purchase. So it removes all the other information and just filters in, just constantly brings in the image or the remembrance of the car that you want to buy, therefore making you see it several times when you drive, even for a short distance or just driving around town, which wasn't the case before. So exactly this is what happens when you want to focus on a particular aspect of your life, be it something that you need to do to be productive, exams, or you've got an assignment at work, or you're working on yourself as an individual and you just want to become better. The moment that you tell yourself this is important, the mind actually picks that. And through this system, the reticular activating system, you find that now everything else is narrowed to just that thought. So at that particular time or in that particular moment, period, your mind is going to regard that as important. Therefore, you're going to maximize from that aspect. So it is very careful. It is very important that we're careful with what we invest or input in our subconscious mind. There's a saying that goes, we are what we think all day long, and that's really true. So if we constantly invest negativity, negative thoughts, and we stew them. Stewing is a thinking error where you constantly think about something that's not going on well, to the point that now it affects even your physical. You start getting symptoms out of it. That's not going to be helpful. So I would encourage everyone to start to, or to get into the tendency of reframing, which is, like I said, removing negative thoughts and replacing them with positive ones, as well as conditioning your mind, focusing your mind on a particular thing that you feel you're going to yield from. This system, the reticular activating system, is going to aid that process, and then just filters that information, and your brain is going to recognize this as important, therefore becoming productive. I'll be sharing more on this aspect and how else we can yield from the mind. Because if we start realizing what our minds are, the human mind is very powerful. And we just start realizing this, and tapping from this resource that I feel that most of the times we're underutilizing, we can just become superpowers. So we have the power to control our thoughts, to condition our minds, to control what our days should be like. So everything is at our disposal. So let's be on this journey together as we discover how powerful our minds are and just how we can utilize this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next session.